Why are you always so bubbly?
Why are you always so not? Why do you always sound bored?
It's because I'm bored.
Is that true? Really?
Generally speaking,
I keep it exciting for you.
I mean, so when you try to be bubbly, it's a lot.
You secretly like it.
No.
I'm like, let's go. Everything's good. Everything's fine.
No.
Well, anyway, so if you haven't been following along, I'm Amber. This is Scotti. We are wife and wife photography business owners, and this is our second episode that we are doing just us two. So we started our first episode just us two. We had like tech and mic issues. I'm hoping this one's seamless-ish. We're still kind of ironing out a lot of the tech. But then we had two guests. We had Jill Rutherford, and we had...
Huh?
You not listening to what I'm saying?
No.
I wanted you to like chime in.
I don't listen to a whole lot of what you say.
You're just like zoned out in your own zone?
Yes.
Okay. Well, anyway, we had Melissa Meneses in our last episode, and both of them were incredibly patient as we dealt with the tech and kind of figuring out the best way to structure a podcast. We're brand new at this, and honestly, admittedly, we don't even like watch a ton of podcasts, so we're just kind of like freeballing it. And is that not a thing?
I hate that phrase so much.
Why?
Because it's so weird. Do you understand the connotation of it?
I mean, I do now that you bring it up. Yeah.
It's such a weird thing to say for a lesbian.
Yeah, okay. I mean, lesbians can have... Anyway, we're going to not talk about that one. But what we were trying to say before your microphone fell and then we had to recover it and all of that was the fact that you're feeling very low energy. And you said because you don't want to repeat it.
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, now it's just awkward. So you said you're hormonal. And I said, well, that's not just you because there's two of us and I think it's definitely an added challenge that I think a lot of our straight friends don't really think about. Or I should say non-lesbian friends, because gay guys definitely don't deal with this, is synced up menstrual cycles. So basically there's 1 week every like 28 days.
It's like 2 weeks.
Oh my God. It's like a week and a half out of a 28-day period, if not even a 25-day period. So basically a third of our relationship, we really can't stand each other. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And... the way that we handle hormones is completely different. So you want nothing to do with talking, which is, I mean, generally you anyway, but you want nothing to do with talking and nothing to do with feelings and nothing to do with me, really. Sort of.
Yeah.
And then on my end, I'm like, hey, babe, I'm feeling lonely. I'm feeling sad. Like, let's talk about feelings. So that's fun.
It's really not.
It's really not. But you know what? We've actually been okay this time. We're kind of like, we're just doing the approach of I
think it's because you know that we're both in that stage and you're like, I should not be bringing up anything right now.
Yeah.
I think that you have finally learned that.
Oof. Don't get your hopes up. I can't promise that I'm going to just, go along with that one. But yes, if little moments creep in, like yesterday where I'm like, I'm sad. Why am I sad? This is kind of bugging me. Let's talk about this. Maybe I silence those thoughts a little bit more than I used to.
Yeah.
So, because it usually isn't good. That's not the moment. So yeah, I think the fact that we've synced up now, and honestly, it took us like 4 years. Five? No. We've been married for 6 years.
Oh, yeah.
And we've been probably synced up only in the last like 9 months. Like literally.
Not even that.
Not even that.
Like 6 months.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. Like our bodies finally like learn to tolerate each other or something. I don't know.
I don't know, but that would be fascinating to know from some sort of doctor.
I'd like to think it's because your cycle finally obliged to me and just like let me be alpha.
I'm the alpha. It's such bullshit.
You think so? Anyway, we fight to be alpha. We joke often that it would be easier if one of us was just more passive. that would be great and less stubborn. One could just kind of go along, just kind of be the free-flowing one, free-balling one. Anyway.
I have never told you that I hate that saying.
I don't even say it that much.
You do. You say it all the time.
Shoot. That's awkward.
Maybe only to me. You only say it to me.
I definitely don't say it in public, but this is actually very
really public. I don't know why you're saying it now.
Well, because the point of this is that people get a glimpse into us, and I get to just kind of be myself with you. And ironically, it's extremely public. So
yeah,
we'll see if people still like me. Speaking of, let's talk about that. The need to be liked. Do you have the need to be liked, Scotti?
Why are you asking me?
So you don't have the need to be liked. Do I have the need to be liked?
Yes.
I think we were talking about this podcast, about doing this, and about I took notes the other day when we were on our trip and we were having a glass of wine, and we were like, oh, what are topics that we could talk about here? Like, where is this podcast going? What is the point? All of that. And one of the things I wrote down was like the podcast being a way, an avenue to stop caring what people think. So it could like unlock, like, you know, I don't
remember that conversation.
I barely did do either, but I wrote it down. So it was on the notes that I took. Like,
were we really drunk at that point?
Yeah, 2 glasses of wine.
Oh, yeah. So I would not remember.
Yeah, because you can't handle more than 2 glasses of wine. Yeah.
I think it's difficult in a relationship, because I think you self-sabotage a lot in the relationship. Not as much anymore, but I think early on in our relationship you did.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like we would do things.
Put my desires to the side, you mean?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting because actually I think this is going to verge into where I wanted this conversation, like the one topic I wanted to get to anyway. But like to answer your question, or to answer your statement, I should say, like, I remember back in college and I had roommates for the first time, and this is just like indication of how passive I was.
And the relationships in your life.
The relationships in my life. Yeah. And I remember like my roommates being like, Amber, what movie do you want to watch? And I could not answer. And it was like, I didn't even know what my opinion was. Like, I was so stressed out wanting to choose what they wanted to watch that I was more concerned trying to read their minds as to what they might want. And I noticed like little tiny moments of that creep in, like when I've come such a long way. Like I'm like, oh, okay, like my wants, desires, and opinions are valid. But like I was not raised to honor whatever it is deep down that I wanted. Like I wasn't raised to have my own opinions, and you know why. Although you were raised in same religion, but different culture.
Yeah. I mean, sort of. I mean,
want to go into that?
Yes. I don't know. If I really break it down, though, like I was definitely raised to be submissive, but I don't think that I don't think that I could handle it at all.
Being submissive?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I remember being a child and not being able to do what I was told because I didn't like authority.
You don't oblige.
No.
You're the opposite of obliger, in fact.
Yeah. So, and so while I was raised that way, I think it also is some sort of something within me that just could not do that.
Repels just doing as you're told.
Yeah. I mean, I probably did do that as a very, very young child to do as I was told. I mean, I would have to, go talk to my mom or whatever to really understand that. But
I mean, your mom even told me, "Oh, Scotti wouldn't do anything I asked. She was not helpful." I mean, your mom literally said that, so that's a thing.
Okay. Okay. So Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know why I didn't conform.
Were your siblings, did your siblings conform? Like, or your female siblings, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, I only rarely remember Rachel as a child and Keith.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean, Rachel was definitely like the rule follower.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
what she was told.
Yeah.
And I was not.
That's interesting. So what we're talking about, because we haven't actually, I don't remember if on the first episode, if we like came out as both being raised Mormon, and it's all over like the description and such on the podcast. But so Scotti and I were both raised in the Mormon LDS church, and you were raised in, Battle Mountain, as we discussed with Jill, and being in a small town in the rural area. And your dad was in mining, and I was raised in South Orange County in the Mormon church. So we have opposite cultures there, but deep down, we both were raised with this like female obliging culture and the role that women have in the home.
Yeah.
And just not being taught to think for yourself. And the difference between me and you is from a young age. I'll let you, I don't want to like talk for you. From a young age, what was your experience in the Mormon church? I mean, I guess you kind of briefed on it.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember thinking I had to have been only, I don't know, maybe 5 years old. But I remember sitting in Sunday school and they were telling us something. I don't remember what they were telling us, but I just remember this doesn't make sense. That is not, that cannot be true. And yeah, I've just always questioned the religion of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I did not, like, at all. Like, I was full on brainwashed, full on just like, this is what I'm supposed to do. In my entire upbringing, my entire life, it was like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? And that whatever I wanted or whatever there was no voice within myself because I wasn't taught to have one. So I don't know, for whatever reason. I mean, our personality types, obviously our brain types are very different. So you probably just have more of the inclination to question. And I was probably the perfect brain for the Mormon church to be completely just sucked in. So
until you hit your rebellion streak.
Yeah. Well, it took meeting a boyfriend at the time that I had to learn to, I mean, honestly, the relationship was probably not very healthy, but it got me out of the Mormon church. So
you went from one toxic relationship to another?
Yeah, sure. But you know what? It was the gateway drug to getting me to, to leave all the way. So I needed another master to follow. That sounds really messed up.
Oh, that sounds really messed up.
Yeah. But anyway, sorry, my brain's going because I've reconnected with him as a friend and I'm like, shoot, I hope he's not listening. But wow. Learned a lot of things during that time, but had a lot more growth to do beyond leaving the Mormon church. So yeah.
And then still beyond that, even I feel like even when we got together, it was I understood that you were that way of, not very self-serving. And I know that I can be selfish. So I was very cognizant of that fact of like, what do you want type thing. Not that I was perfect at it, but I tried. But yeah, I still feel like you had a lot to grow through even early on in our relationship back in only in 2018.
Yeah. Well, you were also my first female relationship. So
only
my only, huh? Yes, that's right. But so there was a lot more growth to be had. And like, what is my role in a relationship and how do I still honor myself and my wants and my needs while still honoring my partner and it being balanced and it not turning into, I was thinking of the 4 tendencies of Elijah Rebellion, the book, The 4 Tendencies. I'll have to link that one. It's good. We learned it with business coaching, but I definitely have the obliger mentality. But you have to, if you don't honor yourself, then what happens is it's like then turns into more of a rebellion. So
I think all those type of books are bullshit.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Really? Okay. Well, whatever. It's all good. But I was gonna like link them and like
you can
partner with them.
You can all you want to, but I think all those personality books are just a bunch of bullshit.
Because you don't like labels.
Well, no, but also it's just like it's just marketing. It's a book that they're trying to market, and then they're just trying to make money. So yeah,
isn't that everything in life?
Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't trust it.
You don't trust it. See, you don't trust anyone telling you anything about anything. You only trust yourself. Yeah. So that is a way that we are extremely different in how like just our brains operate and such, which I'm learning to trust myself more. Because even in like social conversations, like my brain will like have a hard time relying on myself as having enough of confidence within myself. I mean, this has just been my growth and my challenge. I think anyone that knows me personally now is going to be like, what the heck is she talking about? That's not her. Because my outward presentation is very, very confident. And of course, when you have your outward presentation like that, you do start gaining that confidence. Like you trust yourself. Like, yeah, I do know what I'm talking about. And I like my opinion is valid. And that's a lot of growth I've had, even just in the course of, as being a business owner. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. It's helped me mature a lot in that way, but still we're always, trying to improve.
Sure.
So, do you want to go, I'm curious if you want to go more into like what it was like, I don't know, being raised Mormon, or maybe like our coming out, how we came to be from, because we both kind of have a similar parallel. I figured just because our first episode was more about our like overall trajectory, how we got to be, I guess how we came together, right? And how we came together as business owners and as partners.
Right.
But we haven't really gone into how we got to that point. Like I think going a little bit into the story of when you got married and like, so you talked about being in primary. How about you go into your adolescence and then what led and go from there?
Yeah. I mean, I guess, growing up in a small town, it's just a lot of small town mindset. Just growing up so naive about the world. I remember the first time I ever met a gay person, and I was like a teenager at the time, and it was just so like forbidden. It felt so forbidden. Yeah, like all. I don't know if you had that experience too.
I was totally. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I was probably maybe 14 or so, but I remember it was at a church. I think, if I remember correctly, it was my parents' friends. They were adults. They were older than my parents, but they were my parents' friends, and they had an adult daughter. And she was a lesbian, and she brought her partner. And I just remember just staring at them and just like wondering. I can't even like put it into words.
It's like fascination?
Like, yeah, this complete fascination with them. Yeah. And they were really pretty too. Yeah. I just remember.
I mean, it's because we're gay, but I had like a serious fascination with lesbian couples, like just staring at them. Like,
yeah. But that was, I just remember that being so pivotal for me. And of course I still remember it. So obviously it was, but yeah, it just brings, it just brings me back to the whole being so naive as an adolescent and in a small town. So like the sheltering of the church plus being in a small town, it just felt very sheltered.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh, it's interesting. No, and on the note of how forbidden being gay was, like I remember a specific moment in sacrament meeting, and I don't know what was said that made me think of this, but I just remember having this vision in my mind or whatever, and it was like all of the rebels, all the bad people, like the sinners, right? And I remember seeing like pictures of like in my brain of like edgy
people and like lesbians and gay people. And it was like all in the same like schema of these are bad people. These are people that are rebellious. And in my brain, it was just, it's not an option. I was a good girl. I wasn't a bad girl.
Yeah.
So I get people when I tell them that like, hey, I came out as gay later in life and I didn't realize that I was gay until my 20s. I almost feel like some people are skeptical or doubtful. At least that's my perception. I don't know. But I've had a couple people that I've chatted with that like, they're like, really? You didn't know? Like that kind of thing.
Like from your childhood?
Like, no. Oh. Like in modern day. Like I've had a few interactions where people, I shouldn't say skeptical or doubtful. That's probably just my own need to be liked or my own need, whatever. But people that truly seem perplexed as to how that's possible. How is it possible to go that long and not know? And the answer I had is that it wasn't an option.
Right.
It was something that I saw as a choice.
Yeah, I didn't see it as an option.
No.
At all. Like,
it wasn't like is this possible? It was like oh no, I'm not a sinner. I'm not a bad person.
Not a bad person, yeah.
Yeah. So when I had those thoughts, I was actually 18, my college roommate, and I like literally like just felt these feelings of like love and desire and all the things. And I wrote in my journal, like, could I be a lesbian? And I shut that down. I wrote my journal a lot and I was like, I want to have a family. I want to have kids. Therefore, that's not possible. And I just stopped talking in my journal about that. Then I was like, I'm just bi-curious. I'm just, oh yeah. And so when it was time to settle down and I was graduating college and I was like, okay, let's go on dating websites and meet my future husband. And, I met Justin, which I'm still good friends with him today. And, he's an amazing person and friend and all of that. And he checked all the boxes of he'll make a perfect dad and husband. And he did. And it was like, I never looked back.
Right.
Until it just got too much to deny. And then I realized I took the stage. I asked you a question.
You usually do.
But you kind of paused, like you didn't answer my question. So then I just did. Well, then I'm going to talk about me then.
You would.
I would. Yeah. That's why I was kind of like pausing. I'm like, do I just continue? Okay, I guess I'm just continuing.
I don't even know what your question was.
I mean, I was kind of like going to say, take us through the journey, take us through the timeline. But whatever. That's all right.
That's boring.
Is it? You think everything's boring?
I guess.
I don't know. But no, going back to my story, because I guess I already took everyone this far. It wasn't until I was married with had an infant, and then I woke up just from crazy dreams about friends, and all of a sudden it was like undeniable that I was like, oh, I've never felt this ever towards guys. So once I put that together, I battled myself for months and then was in denial, like, oh, maybe I'm not. No. Like as if, again, being gay was a choice.
Yeah.
Like, oh no. But then I was trying to figure out, I'm like, okay, well, maybe if it's not a choice, then like, what am I? But I've heard people say, like, if you're trying to figure out if you're gay, then you're probably gay. That's usually straight people don't try and figure out if they're gay or straight.
Yeah,
so if you're listening and you're wondering, you're probably mostly gay. But anyway,
well, then it doesn't even enter your conscious.
Yeah, if you're completely straight. Yeah. But anyway, I had to be undeniable enough for me, and I had to be in a state in my life where I was ready to like accept that, I suppose. But
because you already had your family, you already had your daughter.
Oh, that's messed up. God.
Well,
perhaps
you fulfilled your
deepest desire to have a daughter. Yeah. Yeah. How about you? It's your turn, babe.
Why? No.
You don't want to share that story?
No, not really.
Of like when you figured out you were gay?
Not right now.
Not right now. Okay, that'll come later. That's all right. It happened. We both came out later in life. And it was the Mormon church that made it so that we didn't see it as an option. So.
Yeah. that's probably the hardest part for me. That's probably the worst part, and where a lot of my anger comes from with the church. So
Yeah, you have a lot more anger towards the church than I do.
yeah. I think I also have a lot of anger towards my the fact that I knew so unwaveringly that I did not want to be a part of that religion. Like I told my parents over and over and over that when I'm 18, I'm not going anymore. I'm leaving the church. Like, and
you
I
felt
was
trapped.
I felt so trapped all the time. And I think it happens also to be, you know, my parents' personality, where it's like, you know, they're controlling with some things and not controlling with other things, but the one thing that they definitely wanted to control was religion and going and being a part of all of that. Or like I wasn't able to make some choices that I wanted to make in life. So yeah, it was like
you didn't have freedom to truly be who you were.
I didn't have a whole lot of freedom. And of course then we also didn't live close to town. So I wasn't able to make a whole lot of choices as a young kid and older teenager just because of all of that. So I was it was just very stifling. And yeah, I wish that I could have. I wish that it hadn't been so controlling. Yeah, I just felt controlled on all fronts, and especially from the church. You know, it was like they told you how to dress, they told you how to behave, they told you what you do after high school. You go on a mission. You do all the and if you're not going to go on a mission, you get married. You know, like
what not to do on Sundays.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't go swimming. You can't
play with friends. I don't know if that was you or not, but
yeah. I mean, like, well, my parents tried that one, but that one didn't work.
I remember my dad pushing me and my siblings into the pool on a Sunday because it was so hot, and he was like the rebellious Mormon, where it was like, I'm gonna push him. Oh no! And then we like, they couldn't help it. Like that's the
Isn't
level.
That wild?
That's so crazy.
That's wild that was rebellious.
I know. Well, I remember going to a vending machine. A vending machine, because you couldn't
spend money. You couldn't
the idea was people not working. You couldn't go to the store. But he's like, oh, a vending machine, or my dad or whatever. My mom was always like, Steven. Oh. My parents aren't Mormon at all anymore. But like it was so rebellious being pushed in the pool on a Sunday and like using a vending machine. And, you know. Okay, so anyway, there's a
the litany of technical difficulties.
Yeah, we'll see if I can splice it or not. But if not, you know, like we just looked over and Scotty's like, oh, the screen's frozen. I'm like, wow, did we just waste a whole 30 minutes? If so, we would have just I would have been freaking done.
Yep.
Probably would have quit the whole damn thing. But like, you're on your own.
I might have.
I don't know. So funny because your brain type is a lot more of the like the technical, but like anyway, it's for the best that I'm doing it. Otherwise, you would not have patience.
I just don't have the patience for it.
Nope. That was the very first thing you said in like our very first episode. So don't have patience. That is Scotty. So going back to what we were saying, and the irony is that I shouldn't say irony, but yeah, I mean, it definitely reflects what our issues are. The issues that we have, because every couple has issues, but our biggest issue is the essence of control. So we both have controlling personality types. I come from two parents that control in different ways. Love them both because I'm sure they're listening. Because they are very involved with us and our lives and all the things. So, but the point is that I come from parents that are very don't want to use the word controlling,
But they are.
But yes. But you know what? You're also controlling, and we're both controlling in different ways. And so it's hard that going back to if only just one of us was just like a passive, wishy-washy person. That's obviously not what we're attracted to. We apparently like things a little bit more
Spicy.
I was going to say spicy, but then I was just going to say challenging. Keep it a little bit more just vanilla, plain vanilla. But
Why would we? We're not vanilla. Why would you say vanilla things?
I don't know. Why am I sugarcoating? I don't know.
You think 10-year-olds are going to be listening to this?
I don't know. Anyway, so that is a lot of our challenges, is getting through that, and me trying to let go of the control. Scotti is her own person. You make your own decisions, and yeah.
I mean, just like today when I told you, you should probably eat lunch. And you didn't. And then
you wanted to control me. And I said no. I probably do not need lunch right now. And then we sat down here and I was like, I'm hungry. Oh. Anyway, so I think I don't know. I mean, this could be a shorter episode if we want to just kind of keep that brief. Unless there's something else you want to go into. What's something else you want to go into?
Nah.
No, we're not really in a very talkative mood today because, hormones. Yeah, that's like the entry and the closure of this episode. So,
yeah.